More Bill Belichick drama. And this story just seems to be blooming on an hourly basis as Bill Belichick now tries to contain the disastrous CBS interview that happened on CBS this morning over the weekend to publicize his book. And it has gotten anything but better. In fact, it has gotten worse. And this is the bite that everybody is talking about.
The other change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse, as he writes in his book.
Make sure that that's the
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
And again, that's from CBS Sunday Morning. He's wearing a torn Navy sweatshirt. Is she wearing pants? And I'm sure she is.
Asking for a friend.
But it looks like she's wearing a sweatshirt that makes it so big it looks like she's not wearing pants. It's so unprofessional to me. And he is so pissed that he released this statement. I agreed to speak with CBS Sunday Morning to promote my new book, The Art of Winning: Lessons from My Life in Football. On sale now, Amazon.com. Prior to this interview, I clearly communicated with my publicist at Simon & Schuster that any promotional interviews I participated in would agree to focus solely on the contents of the book. Unfortunately, that expectation was not honored during this interview. And he goes on to talk about how some of the clips make it appear as though we were avoiding the question of how we met. But we have been open about the fact that Jordan and I met on a flight to Palm Beach in 2021. And it goes on. It's this long sonnet about they edited it. They wanted to make her look bad. We met on this plane.
The final 8-minute segment does not reflect the productive 35-minute conversation we had. Instead, it presents selectively edited clips and stills from just a few minutes of the interview to suggest a false narrative that Jordan was attempting to control the conversation, which is simply not true. Okay.
I just feel like it's one of these things where we can't even have a normal dialogue with a head coach, because no matter where that head coach goes, Jordan Hudson is there. And you look at their online persona, it's cool, hip, and nice until you find out that Jordan Hudson reportedly killed Hard Knocks at North Carolina football. She played a significant role in declining Hard Knocks. And in fact, during the process of trying to set that up, said that she was the COO of Bill Belichick's production company, according to reports. I mean, what role does this girl play in his life? They're not married.
After this occurred several times, Jordan, with whom I share both a personal and professional relationship with, this is where me and Bill Belichick part company. You don't get to have it both ways,
No,
Bill.
you don't.
You don't get to reference Simon & Schuster and then say you have a personal and professional relationship with your girlfriend. That doesn't work. That's not how business is done. Stop telling me that CBS is responsible for making you look like your girlfriend's protecting how you guys met, even though the timeline with which how you guys met and the signed book and everything doesn't really add up, Bill. You're playing with fire here, Bill. You don't understand the type of game you're playing here. You think that you can put out statements from, North Carolina at Chapel Hill. This has nothing to do with UNC. Let's be really, really clear. What I don't like about what Bill Belichick is doing here is threefold. Number one, don't like that you put out the statement under the cover of North Carolina. North Carolina's got nothing to do with this book. North Carolina's got nothing to do with your girlfriend. North Carolina is your employer. You're the head coach for UNC football. That's your job. That's not who you are, right? Who you are now is an author, apparently. Who you are now is someone who doesn't establish boundaries with your girlfriend, apparently. Who you are now is unprofessional in regards to this interview, apparently. So when I saw this come out, and I saw that you decided to take the angle of, oh, it's CBS's fault, and quote, the final 8-minute segment does not reflect the productive 35-minute conversation we had. I'm sorry. Let's point out another double standard. You just said earlier in this statement that hey, Jordan is professional and personal, and it was made very clear that this interview was supposed to be about the book. But now you're saying later in the statement that actually it wasn't a bad interview. They just cut it wrong, and it makes us look bad. And it was a productive 35-minute conversation. So which is it? Was it not communicated correctly that you were only supposed to get questions about the book? By the way, did you think that sitting down for an interview for the first time in like God knows how long, did you think that nobody was going to ask you questions about your career and your life and all of that? Like, come on.
Oh, by the way, CBS is not taking this laying down. They issued a statement today that said, quote, when we agreed to speak with Mr. Belichick, it was for a wide-ranging interview. There were no preconditions or limitations to this conversation. This was confirmed repeatedly with his publisher before the interview took place and after it was completed.
Also,
said a CBS No spokesperson.
Want to point out in this statement here, because I think it matters. It's not UNC head football coach, Mr. Belichick. It's just Mr. Belichick.
Well, and I think it's worth noting that, again, my experience comes in here. Having been a talent booker, somebody who books guests like Bill Belichick on CBS News, and having been part of a team that interviews people like this, no news organization worth their salt is going to agree to preconditions. It is going to be, this would be like, pick what's an infamous news story of recent, Bill Clinton. I'm not going to, hey, you want to do an interview about your book? Sure. But I'm not going to talk about Monica Lewinsky.
Well, then we're not doing
the interview. And I can tell you only so many times that exact topic has come up. I cannot tell you how many people that we had on, again, I go back to Jim Rome's show. I can think of, and I can't think of her last name, the volleyball player, Gabrielle Reese. Gabrielle Reese does a spread in Playboy magazine. And she's coming on the show to promote that and other things. And she was at the time married to a guy named Laird Hamilton. They're still married, but they were going through a difficult situation. And I was the one who was dealing with Playboy, because we regularly had guests from them, because they always had on like actors and entertainers and sports.
Super relevant at that time.
Playboy magazine,
yeah.
And Playboy Entertainment.
Yes.
And so she said in a pre-interview, because when we would put guests on his show, we would spend 15, 20 minutes on the phone with them saying, hey, let's talk about this. What are your thoughts on this? What do you want to promote? And she said, nah, I don't want to talk about my marriage situation. And Jim would not have her on unless she talked about it. Because a big part of her life at that time was she was isolating, and she was dealing with a lot of difficult situations, trauma. And that was a major part of the spread in Playboy and a major part of the talking points. So when Bill Belichick comes on, CBS News is never, ever going to say, we're not going to, well, okay, we agree not to ask you about you and your girlfriend. What are you going to ask him about that's any more relevant than his girlfriend? Because I'm telling you, his girlfriend is far more relevant than North Carolina football. And you might not like that, but that's the reality of it. In the TMZ world we live in, his girlfriend is going to get you more clicks on a video on social media and your website than North Carolina football will.
And let's be real. You compounded this issue by bringing your girlfriend, your publicist, your girlfriend, to the interview, dressed in her pajamas. Like, bro, what are we doing? Like, this is my problem. We were texting about this earlier. I said, dude, I've lost a ton of respect for Bill Belichick. I've lost respect for you. Number one, take all the drama out of it. You showed up to an interview in a ripped up Navy crew neck.
And again,
sorry, dude.
She showed up and I'll play the clip again.
Yeah, play it again.
Because I want you to understand, look at the way that Jordan Hudson is dressed in this in this clip right here.
The other change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse, as he writes in his book.
Make sure that that's the
Jordan was a
at that
constant
right there.
presence during our interview.
You have Jordan.
She's wearing a sweatshirt that makes it look like she's not wearing any pants. I would never show up like that. But again, we're in a different time. I totally get that. That's your girlfriend right there. There is no line where people are like, okay, CBS News, we're not in girlfriend mode right now. She's the CEO of my production company. Yeah, the girlfriend thing. Yeah, that doesn't happen for another 37 minutes. So yeah.
What's a bigger issue
like
as far as Bill Belichick's reputation and his character? The fact that he showed up the way he did, or the fact that the person that apparently, by his own words, is representing him in a professional manner, in addition to being his girlfriend, shows up the way she showed up? This is my problem, man. And this is what we do now. You don't want to talk about the most relevant portions of your life. It'd be like me rolling up to the show and being unwilling to talk about things in my personal life that you guys would find fascinating, or being unwilling to get into something. Like, that's not how this works, man. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to be vulnerable, and you don't want to get into every little thing. But the problem is, and this is really what I find fascinating. The question wasn't, hey, did you cheat on your wife when you met Jordan? That wasn't the question. The question was just simply, how did you guys meet? And you know what I have to say? They asked that question damn well knowing what the story was as to how you met. They were giving you runway to control the narrative, to talk about it, to vocalize the story, to have something positive and redeeming in that portion of your life. But we can't do that now because your girlfriend, your publicist or your assistant, stepped in and got super defensive and is running from something.
Well, and it's like, part of the love story is a big part of his life.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Look at this comment. This is spot on. That's like saying Jake saying he'll be interviewed, but won't talk about his salmon shirt. What else is there to talk about?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
You know, that'd be like Calford showing up and not donating 20 Monty show members yet. Let's go, Calford. Appreciate that always, you stud.
It is. Listen, it's one thing in terms of how I feel about it and why this bothers me. It's one thing if people who always do this, like politicians or whoever you want to look to, people who are infamous for doing this, it's one thing if they keep doing it. We know who you are. We know what to expect. I don't expect this out of Bill Belichick. I expect, honestly, in a personal interview like this, in a more personable setting, in a sit down with CBS that's super professional, I expect you to show up in a collared shirt
with
or
a North Carolina logo on it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I expect. I don't expect you. Like, I honest to God feel like what happened here is Jordan said, okay, cool. We're going to sit down with CBS. We're not going to talk about
hoodie guy. Your hoodie guy.
You're a hoodie guy. And Bill, I know that you just walked out of the closet wearing the UNC drip with some slacks and you got a shoe game going and you look nice. But yeah, we're going to have to throw on this ripped hoodie thing because that's what Gen Z would like. No, dude, actually, it doesn't matter. There's a standard here. And what bothers me is Bill Belichick is no longer the Bill Belichick of Patriot Land.
That's right.
Bill Belichick is no longer the same guy that was the Hall of Fame head coach for the Patriots. He no longer has that that mystique, that certain aura about him. Like I looked forward to it every
Aura.
week, dude. Well, it's true though.
Yeah.
Was the guy not like at one point with Tom at the height of their power? Was he
Tommy.
not walking on water at one point, dude?
Tommy.
Like this guy was a legend.
Yeah, and we
Like
the press conference clips, and it's all part of it. Gumby says Jake in a salmon shirt, Jakey upstream.
okay.
Okay. Woodworth says Jakey 2 holes and 5 guys. The math just doesn't math. Dude.
I know, dude.
I want 5 guys
This
desperately.
is a tasty burger.
And I probably shouldn't say that out loud that I want 5 guys, because Jake will turn that into a drop.
Mhm.
I am certain of it.
Mhm.
You know, but you know, Jeff Woodworth, biologics, exactly right.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's just man.
Biologics.
That's right. Johnny Gonzalez, Bill, I don't give a dime what you think. You're entitled to Belichick. That's exactly right.
Right. Like, but that's not who he is anymore. And that's my biggest problem. I'm not even saying that Jordan is some horrible person. What I'm saying is that Bill's clearly not in control here. Like, Bill didn't write that statement.
Gumby, what did you do to get filtered? Because now I can't see your comments. What did you do to get filtered? Don't get filtered. He had the most boring PC interviews ever. That is why he got the nickname Coach Mumbles. But they were we're on it. We're on
The
Cincinnati.
great mumbler,
We're
bro.
on the Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati.
We're on the Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're focused on the Jets today.
Focused on the Jets today.
Yeah, we're really focused on Philadelphia right now.
I'm gonna go home and wreck her box.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
We're focused on NC State today.
Yeah, we're not making any changes.
Yeah. We're going to the Big Ten. Love it. Gumby, don't pull a Michigan man on us. Yeah.
Sorry if you're offended by that.
Yeah, Gumby, what did you do? You know, I think it's pretty difficult to get filtered on this show. It doesn't happen a lot.
Like, for instance,
I wonder if that's where Ferris Khan is. Is Ferris Khan
Too bad.
Is he in Filterville?
Too fucking bad, man.
Boy, you're not shedding any tears
Nope.
over that.
Dude made his bed. Time to lay in it.
Yeah, that's true. Gumby got in trouble as he logged in as the mayor of Ferrisville. Okay. Okay. Jeff Woodworth says beaver emoji again, Gumby. Oh, there's Gumby right there. I swear, officer, that baggie isn't mine.
This is fucking America.
Monty doesn't read my 16-month membership comment before 8. He owes me $50 in bucked
What are
up.
you talking about,
What?
dog?
What are you talking about?
What do
There
you
is no
mean?
membership comment from you.
Yeah, we're looking right at it.
I'm looking right at the. Is there a dude Wasikowski? I don't see that. And I'm gonna go back and look through all the comments. It puts all of those comments
Oh, that's
like
Calford.
like Calford giving 20 Monty Show memberships. It puts it in a different envelope.
Yeah,
for
and it
me.
lights it up. It lights it up too.
Yeah,
color-wise.
I don't, Eric. I don't see that comment. I would love to read that comment.
Check YouTube.
Jutta.
Yeah, check YouTube real quick.
Jutta.
We like what's
Viewer activity file. No, dude.
Nah, dude, you
it
haven't
does
made
not
it
show
yet.
me that.
Yeah, then you didn't make the comment, or
It
it didn't
does
go
not
through,
show me
or
that.
something happened.
Wasikowskinator, because I would happily read it.
Yeah, don't pull an Oak State James, okay? Like, come on.
Yeah, dude, don't pull it on stage, James. I would love to give you $50 in bucked up. I thought it was because of the emojis. Oh, did you use a lot of emojis, dude?
We did what we did.
YouTube has got a
Stay hard.
for spam.
Yeah.
Notice we don't really have problems with bots anymore.
No.
Because that they have really, if you use all emojis,
See you later.
yeah. I think Eric is making a James joke. Oh, okay. My bad, Eric. But you're still a valued member of the show, Eric. I appreciate that.
That's a lie.
Brett, he said that, not me. 16 months, that's a rookie number. Got to get those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, seriously, dude.
Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
That's so good. That's so good. The Buffalo Hunter membership highlights look like this. FTDI.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that is so good.
Bro.
Will they read this comment? Hi, fellas.
What up? What's up, dude? That's awesome, bro.
Let's
That's
go.
truly awesome.
Let's go. Jeff Woodworth, I missed the bots. That's exactly
Bro,
right.
that's hilarious. You guys just start highlighting your memberships. That's funny
I love
as hell.
You inhaled and you did it with a cigar, James. That's Can you believe he was like, well, I did not have. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did,
There's
dude.
DNA evidence on her shirt that disagrees
Yeah,
with
bro.
you, or dress or whatever it was. Yesterday. I missed it yesterday. I apologize.
Oh, now it's yesterday.
Eric Wasikowski, a member of the show for 16 months.
Man, okay. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, man. Wow. Okay.
I was hoping it would be, who the is that guy?
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Oh, whatever happened to the guy not going to any more college games? Washington State, or no, Oregon State Board.
Oh,
Oregon.
yeah. Beaverland was talking about burning it down, dude.
Yeah, I'm burning my diploma and all my gear.
Screw this. My jersey's going in the barrel out back.
Never mind, Oregon State has one of the best athletic directors in facilities and football programs and presidents. You know, gotta love the third hour, don't you though?
Yeah.
She did not inhale. That's how the biologics got on the dress. Listen, she did not inhale. And what do you mean she didn't inhale? Well, check her dress, sir. Oh, if it was Oregon State guy that was going to tear up that's exactly.
I want you to listen to me.
I did not have.
I'm going to say this again.
Relations with that woman. Then how'd your DNA get on her dress? Oh, it was a little blowy. Like what?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
Okay, we have more food drama, and I should get a picture of this. Let's end with fast food drama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you enjoy the Del Taco yesterday?
Yeah, the Double Del is reliable. It's reliable. It's good. Good burger, reliable, not too much. You know,
Okay.
I got out of there 2 Double Dels, 2 fries for $14. Pretty good.
Okay. And you enjoyed it?
I did, yeah. You know, the thing that I didn't love, the fry game was a little weak, but, you know, it's all good.